to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Being a caregiver for a family member can be very rewarding. It can be very challenging, too. Besides taking a physical and emotional toll, it can also take a real financial toll, especially if you're paying for home safety upgrades, covering medical expenses, cutting back on hours at your job, or having to leave your job altogether. In some states and in certain situations, you may be eligible to get paid for the care you provide, but finding reliable information about caregiver compensation can be overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cells. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
awesome.
Where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, stand up, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
Hey, how y'all doing out there, Radio Land? Let me see who in the chat. Let me see who in the chat today. Hey, salute to everybody that's joining the show in the chat. Nurse Duke's in the chat. Reginald. It's me, SC. Jeff. Who else? Maurice. In the chat, Willie. Anita. Josh. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you this. And salute to everybody that's joining the show out in Radio Land. We got another powerful conversation. We got another powerful show. And we broadcasting live on Facebook, on The Truth, on Facebook too, YouTube. We getting more outlets where we broadcasting live. That's powerful. But it was something that I seen that I wanted to bring to this, before I get into the show, wanted to bring in front of Truth Nation. I saw this meme. And I need somebody, maybe 1 or 2 people. Maybe 1 or 2 people to call in if this is true. It was a meme that I saw that said that you sleep better when you love someone. Like when you love somebody, you sleeping next to them, the sleep is better. Andrew, have you ever felt the sleep and got better sleep sleeping next to somebody you loved?
I don't know if it's somebody I love, but after making love, for sure, Tory.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that definitely that means she put you to sleep. But to me, I'm just thinking because I'm restless. I mean, I'm all over the place. I'm tossing and turning.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I'm missing out on this sleeping, having somebody you love. Look, check this out. It says, the more you love someone, the sleepier you feel around them. Like you get sleepy. So is that a good thing? Or because what if you had something important to talk about and you was laying in the bed talking, next thing you know, they ignored you. And but that maybe they could be feeling comfortable because they love you and they went to sleep.
That makes me feel better. There's plenty of people who fall asleep when I'm telling them about my day at work.
Oh, wow. Somebody says, no, that ain't right. I don't know if he was talking about the meme or not. But what I'm saying is, if this is true, then you need to, have somebody that you love so you can get a good night's sleep. This says when you're with a loved one, this is what it's a study by Dr. Johoit Bala, director of head neurology. They say these neurotransmitters include oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and vasopressin. I think that's how you say that. They say the oxytocin helps with trust and empathy. The dopamine acts as a reward for the neurotransmitter. The serotonin uplifts the mood and aids sleep. Endorphins give a sense of well-being and relaxation, and the vasopressin supports long-term bonding. How many of y'all is experiencing this? How many of y'all are sleeping next to somebody you love? And I'll say this, because sometimes I saw another meme where they say, like, people pass gas and if they have longer relationships. And then I also saw another one where I don't know if this was AI or not, that the boyfriend almost like gassed his girlfriend out because she slept with her head under the covers and he kept passing gas. Huh?
So there's a name for that.
What is the name for that?
It's called a Dutch oven, Tory.
The Dutch oven? Oh, wow. That's horrible. That's horrible. Do you sleep better? I need somebody to answer this. Are you with somebody that you love and are you sleeping better? 833-212-1017. I only want one person to call in. Let's say you've been in a relationship and you've been sleeping together for what? Let's give it like a long time. What's a long time for a relationship? Like 7 years?
7 years.
10 years?
10 years. I said 6 weeks.
6 weeks. 1 year. Okay, so 1 year. If you've been sleeping together for 1 year, I need somebody to call in and tell me, have you been getting a good night's sleep? Because this is basically what they're saying. Josh in the chat says, I can see the research saying this. I think it definitely depends on your attachment style. It might not work for everyone. I don't think it worked for everybody because, if a person is snoring, I mean, some people have a problem with people that snore in their sleep. I think I snore a little bit. I don't know if it's a grizzly bear like type snoring, you know what I mean? But they saying that if you in love, you may not even hear the snoring. It may be powerful. You may they may overlook it.
I had a woman tell me one time, Tory, she was going to be on me a CPAP machine for Christmas. Yeah, because I snored so bad.
Oh, wow.
It's on lawn.
They tried to get you a little too young for the CPAP issue. Wow.
I'm just saying that I was going to die in my sleep, Tory.
Oh, wow.
Either I stopped snoring or she was going to do it for me.
Oh, she was going to smother you with the pillow. Oh, wow. Are y'all still together?
No, I moved to Milwaukee.
Oh, wow. He got out of there. He got out of there just in time. What did they say in the chat? I need somebody to call in. If you're sleeping and you're sleeping soundly with somebody you love, let me know. Because I'll toss and turn. Look, the fellas can vouch for me. A lot of us always wake up with neck pain and one side going numb. Waking up with neck pain and one side going numb. I don't know, Mo. I don't know, Maurice. He said, poor Andrew, he had to run. That is proof enough for me. Wow. Well, when we come back, we're going to get into the show, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Panthers basketball is back. On Saturday afternoon, the Panthers host the UW Parkside Rangers.
4 seconds left in the half. KP contested three. Oh, Pullian buried it. And the buzzer. 5-on-4. Folks lob it up. Johnny Lovelace Jr. sends it in.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 12:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 o'clock.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing Coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing Coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axhousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe Coaches are here to help.
Are you ready to live your most radiant life? Join AARP's Luminous Life, a celebration of wellness, empowerment, and community for African American women ages 45 to 65. Discover expert tips on healthcare, hair care, and wealth building, all in one uplifting experience. Visit aarp.org/Milwaukee to register for the October 25th event in Milwaukee and shine from the inside out. Luminous Life, because every woman deserves to glow. Visit aarp.org/Milwaukee for more information today and to register today. That's aarp.org/Milwaukee.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, I want to get into this story. A family from Milwaukee sent me this. They talking about their loved one, and you know, many times I have to deal with the homicide in the community. Families reach out, and many times the homicide is unresolved, and they run out of options. No, they don't get any responses back from the police department. No one's in custody, so that's when they come to me. And then, you know, I do what I do. You know, I try to get out here and shake some doorknobs and do whatever I do and try to make it so we can get justice for the loved one. But a Milwaukee family says that their loved one was murdered while walking to the bus stop on Good Hope Road and needs the community support to help them get justice. The family goes on to say, "Dear Tory Lowe, I'm writing to bring your attention to a heartbreaking case that requires immediate attention. On September 12th, James Jordan III, a 39-year-old father of two, was tragically shot and killed while walking from work to the bus stop on Good Hope Road. Despite the severity of the incident, the Milwaukee Police Department has not reached out to the family." They go on to say, "We are asking for support to help resolve this senseless act of violence. If anyone has any information about the incident, please contact the family. Contact myself, Tory Lowe, if you want to, or the Milwaukee Police Department. Every tip, no matter how small, can help bring closure and justice to the family." This is a crazy situation because I never really heard about this situation. They're saying that this situation happened back. They said that this situation happened back in September 12th. So once again, you know, I'm going to try to do what I can to help this family. And but I did see an article where they're saying that 13 shot and 6 people killed over this past weekend. It's a crazy I was wondering, like, why have a lot of people started, you know, hitting me up to try to deal with some of these homicides. And I'm like, okay,
what's going on, but I didn't know that they said it was an uptick. It's definitely an uptick in homicides. I can feel that as an advocate because I'm just getting hit up by multiple families, not only from over the past weekend, but from a month or two ago. Like, we not hearing anything. We need help. So we got an article that's talking about how many people have been shot in the city and killed over the last, weekend, I guess. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
The shooting at 27th and Atkinson, the double homicide,
yes,
and the one at 31st and Galena 31st and Glendale,
yes,
were timed very close together,
yes,
location very close together.
Yes.
What can you tell me about the connection?
I'm saying currently we're still under investigation to see that they're connected, and that we're hoping for people to come forward to tell us what they know. We're hearing a lot of word on the street, but I need actual people to come in to talk to the detectives that know about the suspect in this case and how he was connected to both shootings.
Are you looking for any other suspects in either one?
We are not. No, we have someone in custody, but we just need people to come forward and tell us how it was put all together.
We, I believe, have been told, other reporters at Channel 12, that they are connected.
Yes.
You're telling me that those same people are not coming to you.
Yeah, I think when people come to you or they put it on Facebook, they think like we have this all-knowing, like we can take it off of we can take it off Facebook, we can take it off social media and count it as true. We don't. We need people to come forward. We need them to call the Detective Bureau and let us know what they know.
All right, well, I'll say this. For years, I've dealt with hundreds of families, over the last 16 years, when they get to the point where they are not getting answers from the MPD, the detective, or whoever the case is assigned to. So I always felt like we can get closer to the action because this is our community. The residents in our community, somebody knows something. And we're going to have to turn the tide in our community if we want this senseless violence to stop. And I say it all the time. But only reason I take it into my hands because I don't believe that nobody know how to deal with my community or get information out of my community better than I can. I mean, these people are in our neighborhoods. These are our men, women, and children. And we got to do our part. And if there's an uptick in shootings and there's very few situations getting resolved, then that means that somebody is harboring somebody that's supposed to be locked up. Somebody is assisting these people, and you're aiding and abetting foolishness. And this is where we got to turn this around. This is where we got to make the change. This is where we got to make the mind frame change. A lot of y'all have been programmed to just support people in their ignorance, in their foolishness. And y'all have accepted, oh, this is my loved one. Who told you that? Who told you that you're supposed to protect this person that have went out and harmed an innocent life? Where did you get that belief from? Oh, you're going to end up going to jail. Like, you cannot harbor criminals. You can't harbor people that are out here destroying the community. That is the worst mind frame to have. It's sad that it's 2025. We had 13 shootings and a list of other shootings over the year. It's an uptick in homicides, and a lot of these situations go unresolved because some of y'all harboring y'all family members, or some of y'all harboring y'all friends, or y'all baby daddies, or even y'all baby mamas. Y'all harboring them. And, hey, if that's what you want to do, but we got to change that mind frame. We can't have that hood mentality. That's trash. We ain't improving. The community ain't improving. You ain't feeling safe. So we going to have to make it safe. And ain't nobody coming to do that but us.
You know how many homicides I done solved? Me, personally. It's well documented. It's well documented. And anybody that's pushing foolishness is trash to me. They trash to me. Anybody that's harboring anybody that's harming innocent life or taking up for anybody that's able to harm an innocent life or take an innocent life is trash. That is a trash mentality. And eventually, if you're harboring somebody that's not afraid to take an innocent life, how long is it before it's your life? How long is it before somebody in your family is harmed out here and you on the news talking about you want somebody to come forward? You living in an environment where people are practicing foolishness, have a foolish mentality, a delusional reality, living in delusion that this person ain't gonna do no harm to them. If somebody has the mentality that they can go out and do something to people that they don't even know, what do you think is gonna happen to you eventually? All it takes is the right day, the right conversation, the impulsiveness will take over, and that mentality is going to turn on you. It's just the reality. 4511 says, Tory Lowe, the laws of Wisconsin, they the only state that you can harbor a family member and not be charged for looking into the act, for it, not be charged for it. You can harbor a family member and not be charged for it. They say in Wisconsin, maybe we need to change that. I don't even know if that's real. Look at that. Look that up, Andrew. See, let's do a fact check on that. Because I thought you couldn't harbor people that are breaking the law. If this is the case, 4511, if this is what you're saying is facts, then we're going to have to change that. Because I need everybody in the house to go to jail if they know that this person then killed the innocent life and y'all sitting around toasting up and posting on TikTok.
Yeah, fact check, Tory. It looks like it's illegal.
It's illegal. Okay.
You can't be harboring felons or runaways or anything like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to say, I didn't think that was, but it seemed like, but it ain't. I knew because I done threw up plenty people for trying to harbor people that was breaking the laws of, I'm talking about as far as homicide. I'm talking about kidnapping and homicide. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
It's official. July 5th is Tory Lowe Day in the city of Milwaukee and Milwaukee County. I am humbled to receive this proclamation from the mayor's office and the county executive's office. To me, this day represents life and purpose and being driven by passion to serve and empower others. It's about being unselfish and answering the call to help those in need and living life with intention. Despite challenges and obstacles, I remain focused on creating real change in my community, county, and state. This recognition isn't about me. It's about the collective efforts of those who supported me along the way. It's about the resilience and determination that defines my journey. As we celebrate this day, I want to leave you with a challenge. What will you do to create positive change in your community? Will you get out and volunteer, mentor, or simply be a support to a friend? Whatever it is, I urge you to take action. Together, we can build a brighter future, one that's filled with hope, opportunity, and empowerment. I am honored to serve, and I am grateful for this recognition. Let's continue to uplift and support one another, striving for a better tomorrow. So what does Tory Lowe Day mean to me? Let's make a difference together. Let's stay committed to our purpose and keep pushing forward, even in the face of adversity. I'm excited to see the impact we can make, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve alongside such an amazing community. Now, my question is, what does Tory Lowe Day mean to you?
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Bucks secured their first win of the season, a 133-120 dismantling of the Washington Wizards, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo's 37 points. Head coach Doc Rivers was impressed with his MVP's play.
Overall, for the most part, his timing on when to be aggressive, when to be a playmaker was sensational. I thought he picked his spots really well.
And the NBA world was shaken after nearly a year-long gambling investigation led to the arrest of 34 people, including Portland Trailblazer head coach Chauncey Billups.
It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation.
This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by GP.
What it do?
Truth Nation Insider in studio.
What it do?
Hey, what's happening then?
It's been good, man. I ain't seen you since the basketball game. You took a little hiatus after.
Well, you know, I was bogged down. I was just trying to make it through all of that. That whole week, it was an uptick in homicides. I was dealing with a lot of stressful situations, so I had to reset for a second.
Yeah,
because we was moving in just a lot of changes. They making a lot of changes around here, so I was just trying to make sure that I was ready, you know, to go into the next group of changes that's happening right here at the station. So I had just after the celebrity game, it was so powerful, and you was out there trying to represent for your boy T-Lo.
Yeah,
Salute.
I was a cheerleader with a
Give
jersey
him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause.
My performance was very subpar.
Well, come on now, you I brought you in from Harlem. You feel me?
I didn't represent for my people, though. I got to get it straight. I owe it to myself. I owe it to the team, and I owe it to promise to come back stronger next year. We're going to get them next year. That's
sweat and butter, Tory.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm just happy that you even got out there because there's a lot of people on my team that was advocates and they do a lot of good work, but they ain't moved them feet that fast in a long time. Them feet ain't been moving like that.
Yeah, they've been moving to change things, but they ain't been moving to cut somebody off from driving baseline.
So I mean, they was leaving a bunch of open shots.
Yeah, we had a good time.
But I think promise of being here Friday.
Oh man!
So he gonna bring in the trophy Friday. So
I don't want to see no belts. I don't want to see no trophy.
Yeah, I love it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it was a great cause for the charity. Cream Skills INC, and at the end of the day, those kids get more opportunities through us making a way to raise funds.
Absolutely. It was,
so that's powerful to me.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, time. Again, we came together for a greater mission and one that we all serve, on our own time. Again, to stop and to end gun violence. I believe they had some women sing "Lift Every Voice and Sing." There was a national anthem.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
it was powerful.
Yeah, it was a beautiful intro, and then we had obviously the words from some of the gentlemen at Cream Skills, talking about their, struggles and their dealings with gun violence, losing friends and family members and stuff like that. So it was a beautiful day, all in all. And again, I hope that we get to do it more often than once.
We get to do it next year. But I think it's something else. I think a lot of people just want to continue to keep being able to support our youth and doing events to make sure that they have what they need to continue. Because we talk about the youth, we talk about what's going on, but it's always better to be about that action.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it.
So everybody that was on that court, salute. I want to win, though. I gotta win one of these. But when you get the brothers that's out here on the front lines, sometimes, when you put them in the court, in the game to play basketball, they high school years, they glory years been long past.
Yeah, it's a long time before they was JV All-Stars and Water Boys.
Right,
So,
I'm trying to tell you.
We got a year to get right, though. We're going to be better next year, I promise you.
I agree. Every year we got to get a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what's going on in these pop culture streets?
I thought we were done with, the Diddy conversations, but
here we go.
Apparently, Trump is considering a pardon for one of his former allies or former friends, Sean P. Diddy Combs. And
I thought Diddy went against Trump.
He did.
With Obama.
He did. According to NBC News, again, a White House official on Tuesday pushed back on the report, listing that Donald Trump was obviously considering commuting his sentence. And TMZ obviously came out with the information in the report first. And
was it AI or AI generated? Or
that's the thing. White House officials are kind of calling it fake news.
Okay.
And in their own words, they said there's zero truth to this TMZ report, which we gladly would have explained had they reached out before running their fake news. The president, not anonymous sources, is the final decider on pardons and commutations. And Casey Carver, a spokesperson for TMZ as well, said in a brief statement, "We stand by our story." From Trump himself, he said, I was very friendly with him. I got along great with him, and he seemed like a nice guy. I did know him well, but when I ran for office, he was very hostile. But when asked or suggesting that he wouldn't pardon Combs, Trump said, "I would say so." And so it seems that, again, there's a possibility or there's potential that P. Diddy may come home a little earlier than that 50-month sentence that he was handed over.
Well, he let Kodak Black and Lil Wayne out. He let rappers out.
Yeah.
On the federal prison side.
Well, he's pardoned a couple other people. I believe there was the couple that I don't know if they were on HGTV or they had a home decoration or a home decor show. I believe the Chrisleys, if I'm mistaken. But he's been known to give these out, I guess, free willy or willy nilly
for the high profile celebrity cases.
Yeah, for people that might have been in his social circle before he obviously got his presidential status. So it remains to be seen. Again, people were, I don't want to say upset, but people thought that P. Diddy was going to serve at least 10 years for some of the stuff that he was kind of charged on. But there is, again, a potential that Trump may just let him off easy.
Do you think Diddy deserve a pardon?
I don't think he deserves a pardon. I don't think that he's done anything that would warrant or prove that he's obviously changed. Obviously, he's been in jail for a better part of almost 2 years now. But it's not like he was a very charitable or kind of hospitable person up until that point. There's no philanthropic.
He did have that school.
Everybody starts a school, but they all fail. How long did this school last? LeBron got
I don't know. You from New York. It was in New York.
I'm just saying.
Did you attend this school? I mean, this was a while ago. This was a while ago.
It was, but everybody kind of
had to be like 8-9 years ago where he started the school.
That's a popular venture.
So you would have been in high school or something like that?
I probably would have been maybe a junior.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nah, I couldn't have went to no Diddy high school.
Diddy was training the next generation.
Yeah, he was. Making them walk for cheesecake. Maybe that was what the school was about. But I don't think that there's anything that warrants him serving less time. Again, there's all these horror stories now coming out, too, as well. I believe there was rumored that he was held at knife point in jail by someone.
That's what they saying.
Yeah, he was warned by another inmate or something like that let this be the last time that you do this or something like that. So he obviously is just kind of in fear for his life. That's what it kind of feels like.
So somebody came with the knife to tell him, hey, you got to straighten up? Or
he might have been doing, I don't know.
Was he trying to shake him down?
I think it was a shakedown. I mean, obviously they know he still has resources and ties and influence on the outside, so maybe they just wanted a honey bun and some ramen.
Oh, wow.
They was just trying to tell him
Here we go.
Some commissary or something.
Here we go with the honey bun.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't think that there's any reason for Trump to, I don't want to say waste a pardon, but there's nobody. He's obviously done what he is charged for, or he's committed these acts. It's not like he's in there and he's completely innocent.
Well, they
of any
said with
wrongdoing.
time served, he'll be out in what?
Maybe a year and a half, too,
Yeah,
something
with
like
time
that.
served, and then
with good behavior as well.
If he did get the sentence commuted, then he would be out scot-free, right?
Yeah, but I think he still has to have like 5 years of supervision, and I think there's also drug and I believe violence.
Yeah,
counseling.
they had the stipulations that he had to go through. But everybody who is released from federal prison with probation has those stipulations.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I mean, again, Trump he's always catered to some of these pop culture icons and idols. Again, we talk about with Kodak Black. Kodak Black has been in and out of jail for the better part of his career. But Trump, for some reason, he seems to take a liking to some of these.
Wasn't there something going on with NBA YoungBoy as well? Like,
yeah, I believe he was serving.
Didn't Trump do NBA YoungBoy, or
he did get pardoned as well?
Yeah.
I think he had a gun case or something to that effect as well. But again, YoungBoy was someone that was in and out of the prison, but I have never seen anything kind of come out publicly where he kind of supported the campaign or donated any money or anything like that. But again, a lot of people wanted Kodak Black to be canceled because I think he went to the presidential event that they had at the White House, and he was there as a performer along with a couple other people. I believe Snoop Dogg as well. So we see Trump kind of, I don't want to say this is like pandering to the black vote, but this is kind of what this feels like. Whenever
I don't know. I think Trump was always involved with all of the celebrities anyway. Nelly, Trump has always been a part of that community. Muhammad Ali.
He was always.
Don King. I mean, Michael Jackson. I mean, come on now. This is where he's a part of that entertainment celebrity type culture.
Yeah, that's
so I don't think it's pandering. I think he have real connections to the culture, unlike your boy Joe Biden.
My thing is,
I'm just saying,
what would be the goal of bringing Diddy home early?
I think Diddy need to sit in there.
You think so?
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I think that he got grace. He didn't get the huge amount of time. And then, what's wrong with him sitting down a little bit more to think about what he did?
I'm in total agreement.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to have no super to get him out quick. It's no rush.
Yeah.
Allow him to sit. Maybe he'll be a better person if he can sit down, kind of reevaluate his thoughts, and get out, and maybe he'll get on the right path.
Yeah, I think him already serving the time that he has served, as well as facing what would have amounted to life in prison, has already probably changed his mindset greatly, as well as if some of the dangers that he is facing inside prison are true. My thing is, again, if Trump is to pardon him or to commute this sentence, what is Diddy coming home early to do? What Pardon?
I think that if you let Diddy out without finishing his sentence, I think he need more time to really just go through this process. I wouldn't give him a way out. I wouldn't give him a way. I think that he got enough time to where he can sit and think. And if you let him out now, he'll feel like he's undefeated.
I think he already does feel untouchable.
Well, but yeah, until you got to do another year and a half.
I mean, he's doing it with his chin up, though. I mean, obviously, he has to have some type
of... obviously, with a knife under his chin.
I think that's what made up, though.
You think it's a made-up story? So, okay, because Tory Lane's got some stories about him being stabbed, jabbed up. So, it's real. Prison is real, though. Yeah. I mean, like, it's $150, somebody comes... they allow a lot of things to happen in jail.
Right.
And I always tell people, you want to live that tough guy life until you go to prison. It's real stories in there.
That's true. I don't want to minimize what he might be feeling or what he might be going through in prison, but again, he's too famous and he's too much of a risk for anyone working in that jail for something to happen to him. There's a lot of people that will get in trouble if something does happen to him. But again, if Trump does decide to commute this sentence, I hope that he would kind of give him some type of leeway or type of program or, avenue in order to change whatever narrative that they believe Diddy already has. So.
Well, 7435 says, not saying it's okay, but if the Bachelor TV show that flies women from all around the country to ultimately have sex with a millionaire and the record companies that release Nirvana's album, Nevermind, with the naked boy swimming for $1, is it jail or sex trafficking or child pornography? Why is Diddy R. Kelly in jail for that matter? I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. People got a lot of questions.
I mean, it's different, I think, if you willingly sign, because you have to sign waivers and things to be on The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, and you're looking for love. You're doing what you're doing to get married. I think going to a freak off
wait a minute.
to get sprayed with baby oil is kind of, I don't know, but.
All right, well, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Talk to these people in terms of, how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person, depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
It starts with a spark. At Milwaukee College Prep, they nurture that spark from age 3 through 8th grade, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of their students face economic hardship, but that does not define them. At MCP, they see students' potential, and they help them live up to that potential. 4 campuses, 1 mission, college and beyond. MCP is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
Are you ready to live your most radiant life? Join AARP's Luminous Life, a celebration of wellness, empowerment, and community for African American women ages 45 to 65. Discover expert tips on healthcare, hair care, and wealth building, all in one uplifting experience. Visit AARP.org/Milwaukee to register for the October 25th event in Milwaukee and shine from the inside out. Luminous Life, because every woman deserves to glow. Visit AARP.org/Milwaukee for more information today and to register today. That's AARP.org/Milwaukee.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. GP in for the Pop Culture Report.
What it do?
What else is going on in these pop culture streets?
So the real hottest news on the streets right now is that there's pretty much an NBA shakedown going on as of last night, 2 teams that actually played last night as well. Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, along with a former Cleveland Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones, being arrested as a part of a gambling kind of ring or a wide-ranging investigation related to illegal sports betting. And along with rigged poker games, were basically hosted or kind of led by the mafia, with Billups and Rozier being placed on leave. And a total of 34 people are now investigated or being investigated or detained as well in this kind of mind-boggling, again, as Kash Patel said, mind-boggling kind of fraud and illegal gambling ring. And I'll let Andrew kind of play the video so people can get a little bit more detail as to what's going on.
You now know individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
Oh, wow.
That's deep.
And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across.
And so, again, with that information, again, as a part of that scheme, it's basically coming down to between March 2023 and March 2024 involving 5 teams, those being the Hornets, Magic, Trailblazers, the Lakers, and the Raptors. And the basically investigation kind of accuses these people of having access to private information known by NBA players or NBA coaches that would likely affect the outcome of games and player performances during some of these games.
The mob is involved in this.
It's that deep. Again, it's that deep.
Did Chauncey Billups have a choice? I mean, when the Godfather speak,
they listen.
Chauncey, I need a favor. I mean, did he?
This guy right here, we need him out of here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, did they have a choice? Or would they have a cement poured on their feet and dumped in Lake Michigan?
You always got a choice.
I'm trying to tell you, like, they named the mob. I ain't heard the mob in how long?
I thought that was over. I thought
that was gone with the movies. Like, I thought that that all that stuff was over. I thought they killed each other off.
Hey, man,
blew up each other's cars or something.
It's that crazy though. And basically with Billups' part in it, there's accusations, or it's alleged that he basically was recruiting people for poker games, and people at these poker games were cheating with X-ray technology.
Are you serious?
This lawsuit is crazy. I've never heard anything like this in my life.
Okay, so because wasn't Gilbert Arenas just arrested?
He was, but he said he was snitching. He got cleared of all.
Okay, because of a gambling type idea.
Right.
I mean, do these basketball players really need the money? They make millions and millions of dollars. Yeah. And then they go into coaching, and a lot of teams will pick them up to keep doing like kind of broadcasting type ideas, coaching type ideas. Why would they risk their career? It just makes no sense almost.
I think, and again, this is something that we have to kind of pay attention to here when it comes to sports. Sportsbook gambling is one of the biggest promoted things within professional sports. We see it at all levels now. Again, they just changed a rule in college where people are allowed to bet, or student athletes will be allowed to bet.
Right.
I'm not sure if they're allowed to bet on themselves or any of their props, but there's a lot of avenues and ways for corruption to kind of seep in. Again, when you look on any kind of broadcast, you're going to see sports, or not sports, but you're going to see FanDuel, you're going to see DraftKings,
right? You
see Caesars.
Well, they have allowed the gambling to take over now.
Absolutely.
You can almost gamble on your phone. You can gamble any type of way you want. You can go to sports books. What I'm saying is, why is the mob? I mean, you would think that the mob would just get an app and make the money. Or like casino, get a casino and make the money. What? I guess people have always been kind of rigging games for a long time.
Yeah, but I think this is the easiest way to kind of get your foot into the door from a gambling perspective. Again, all it takes is for you to know somebody that knows a player, and they might not have all the resources or the kind of contracts that some of these NBA players. So all it does is take, a little nudge here and there. Hey, like, I know my guy's dealing with some tendonitis. I don't think he's going to play his normal minutes. Like,
right.
I should probably bet a 10,000 on him to not go or not score above his usual average.
Do a parlay.
Hey.
If you get enough injury or get enough inside information, you could do a parlay and make some money.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. These sports books, they hate to lose. Again, going back to some of the information that's kind of provided. Again, Terry Rozier's original part in this, it begins before March 23rd, where he was basically set to play the Pelicans, and then Rozier, obviously, who played for the Hornets, told a childhood friend that he would remove himself from the game in the first quarter because of a supposed injury. And Laster allegedly sold that information to two bettors for about $100,000.
Did they win?
Many of the bets won after Rozier removed himself from the game after 9 minutes with 5 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds, covering
all of those social media, what they call conspiracy theories, when they would point out certain plays and say, this is rigged.
I'm telling you.
And they've been doing this for years, and everybody be like, no, they've been asking, is the NFL rigged? Is sports? So sports can be tampered with to set a certain outcome.
Absolutely.
Is that true?
Absolutely. We've seen it since the beginning of time.
WWE then?
It might just be scripted.
Oh, wow.
That's something that we might have to pay attention to. Again, this is a book as well. I read a book before I graduated, and I know Andrew might know who this person is. Shoeless Joe Jackson. He was a part of the White Sox scandal, which I believe happened in 1919, when the mafia kind of got in the door with some of these baseball players, and they paid them to throw this game. And they didn't pay them their per diem. So they snitched. They basically outed themselves thinking that the MLB would protect them.
Right.
And they all ended up getting banished for life. So that's the thing. Is it really worth making an extra $100,000 or $200,000 on the side when you jeopardize the integrity of the game and your moral compass, for everybody else that you have in your circle?
So we up here watching these games. We all emotionally impacted by these games, and it's all WWE. It's all like somebody up in there manipulating the information. Players are taking money from the mob. I mean, this is what they saying, and they saying it's tens of millions of dollars and this has been going on for years. So you would think, okay, is the NBA championship rigged? Is that coordinated? Is the NFL? Because now people are coming out and saying, hey, look. Players are speaking out, but we thinking play the rabbit hole music. I mean, like this, when we hear that, we hear this. But really now what Cash Patel is saying is that this is a part of the game.
And that's the thing. No, we talk about it all the time. Again, people love sports. It brings people together, and it's a family kind of entity. But the older you get, again, as a man, I gamble a little bit here and there. I spend a little bit of money on a parlay or two. I win every now and then, but now I really got somebody to blame. I might know that somebody might be in somebody's ear saying, hey, you got 5 catches at halftime. I know you're over a 6. Sit it down. Take it easy today.
Wow.
Now maybe I got an excuse. I got other people to blame besides the players.
Well, or when they take running backs, when they have a huge first half and they take them out and let them sit for the second half.
It's spooky. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm telling you got somebody else to place the blame with. But we'll see what else comes of this, obviously. There was a lot of other people wrapped up in this, too, as well. I know Jonte Porter, he got a lifetime ban, as well as Malik Beasley. He was on the verge of signing a new contract as well, and he got caught up with some of the gambling stuff,
in the
too.
chat, they said they allowed Kraft and Brady to get away, but they didn't let Chauncey Billups and Rozier get away.
They always going to make an example out of her brother. You know that.
Oh, wow. You can't do what they do.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you for the Pop Culture Report, Glenn.
As always, I
keep us up to date on that.
I got you.
Because I think it's more to come.
For sure.
All right, Truth Nation, when we come back, we're going to open up the lines. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Truth Nation, the brand new Landmark Credit Union live music venue in the Deer District opens up next year. And to celebrate, we are giving 3 pairs of tickets to see Mariah the Scientist live on Friday, March 13th. That's right. 3 lucky winners will win 2 tickets to experience one of R&B's brightest stars. Tune in to Truth in the Morning this week so you don't miss your chance to win tickets to see Mariah the Scientist on March 13th at the brand new Landmark Credit Union live music venue.
Are you ready to level up your mindset, your money, and your future? Join Coach Erica Odom, real estate investor, success coach, and published author of our monthly show On the Journey with Coach Erica. Every month, she will give you real strategies, proven tips, and the mindset shift you need to reach your goals. Join us October 28th at 6 p.m. and she'll be joined by William Lyons Edwards, founder of Knowledge Born Publishing and 84 Lawn Care, and Ed Headings, founder of Work Boots and Go Time Trucking. That's On the Journey with Coach Erica, Tuesday, October 28th at 6 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
Where strong voices meet strong opinions.
Tell your kids who were supposed to be the seventh generation that Paw Paw's an idiot because Paw Paw decided he wanted to be Make America Great, but meanwhile the Chinese ain't buying soybeans from us no more because of policies Donald Trump put in, and they voted for us. You know, I don't know what we're gonna do. I know what you should have did. You should have voted for somebody that wasn't gonna put tariffs out there. I love God, but God can't save you from nonsense. You don't deserve a bailout. You can't sit here and vote one way, and then when your economy gets decimated, your way of life gets destroyed, you want to pray to God? God didn't tell you to go to that poll and vote against your own best interest. That was your own damn problem. That was you. But don't ask for prayer when you block your own blessing. That's why I don't feel bad for these farmers. You voted for this, and now you reap what you sow.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, every weekday from 12 to 1. Streaming live on YouTube and on 101.7 The Truth.
Being a caregiver for a family member can be very rewarding. It can be very challenging, too. Besides taking a physical and emotional toll, it can also take a real financial toll, especially if you're paying for home safety upgrades, covering medical expenses, cutting back on hours at your job, or having to leave your job altogether. In some states and in certain situations, you may be eligible to get paid for the care you provide, but finding reliable information about caregiver compensation can be overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. With the government shut down into its 23rd day, state officials continue to warn about the possible impact on Wisconsin's food share program. The program is 100% federally funded and provides food assistance to 700,000 Wisconsinites. But Governor Tony Evers says funding will come to a halt in the coming days.
The federal government needs to develop immediate solutions to prevent Wisconsin's kids, families, seniors, veterans, and so many others from losing access to basic necessities like food and groceries.
The program remains fully funded through the end of October. 22 people have been arrested by members of the FBI in a joint operation with law enforcement agencies in southeast Wisconsin. The FBI Milwaukee office says the multi-year investigation targeted street gangs operating Racine and Milwaukee with ties to what agents say is an international cartel. The investigation has led to the seizure of cocaine, fentanyl, marijuana, and methamphetamines. 23 firearms and 3 cars have also been confiscated. All 22 suspects face federal charges. Members of Wisconsin GOP are facing internal struggles after a member resigns from office. Treasurer of the Wisconsin Republican Party, Kelly Rhea, resigned last Sunday, citing dysfunctional leadership within the party. In a letter, Rhea states that the party has lost a sense of strategy, no direct objective, and has multiple budgetary issues. Since 2023, the Wisconsin Republican Party has only been able to raise $40.4 million, while Wisconsin Democrats have been able to raise more than $116 million. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And
I got a question of the day. I got a couple questions of the day, but the one question I started out the show talking about how people feel sleepier when they're in love, when you're in love with somebody. So I want to hear some stories about that. I mean, if you're next to your loved one right now, the person you love, and y'all going to sleep, and do you sleep better? Or do you sleep with your back turned? I don't know. This is what the poll is saying. This is what they telling me. This is what they trying to tell me. That you can rest in ease when you're sleeping next to the one you love. Also, I want to get an update on this story because the Winans pastor, Marvin, is that Marvin? Marvin Winans, the pastor that's getting a lot of controversy, is speaking out. He's speaking out, but for those that are not familiar with what's going on with Pastor Marvin Winans, a woman was trying to give a donation, and she gave like $1,000 and some dollars when it really was supposed to be $2,000. We got the clip. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfecting Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a lot of people saw this and they was upset. They said, what about the woman with the widow's mite in the Bible that gave all she got? And then her son was standing there, and I guess that due to that clip, he got a lot of backlash. So I guess he went on to the news station. He had to try to clear it up. He had to try to tell folks it wasn't what we actually saw. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Here's the update.
You're the woman in that viral video. Right. He did not rebuke you.
He absolutely did not rebuke me. Now, there's a difference. There was a correction because let me clearly state that Pastor gave instruction on the lines to get into.
I was calling because the whole church was giving, and it was our day of giving, and the whole church was coming, and we didn't want people standing, the mothers and all that, so I was calling them by increments. And we had someone that had given out of before, and I corrected it, and I told everybody to listen and come when you call, and that's all that was.
Roberta told me Pastor Winans personally apologized to her. She's been a member of Perfecting Church since 2013.
Wow. Been a member since 2013, getting treated like this. And thank you to XYZ Detroit for the footage. But I'll say this. This is why a lot of people think that people are in a cult and that churches went left. He had to get that under control. You seen what happened to Marvin Sapp? Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. You know, for the money. And here we go with another pastor talking with authority over, I don't have to give you this money. First of all, you trying to check me over the money I'm trying to give to the Lord. Wow. I mean, who do these people think they is? Like, who do you think you is? I work hard for this money, and you gonna tell me, you gonna say something funny to me I'm giving you? I don't have to give you this money. Let's get that straight, first of all. This is my money that I could be using for my house, my family, and you done got so high up on the high horse that you telling me what to do with the money that I'm freely giving to you. They saying the Lord don't need the money. They saying the Lord don't need the money in the chat. All I'm saying is, this thing got ridiculous. This got ridiculous to me. Because, first of all, you ungrateful. I don't care who you is.
What my intro used to say, if you see a pastor and he ain't acting right, you got to check that fool. You got to check these fools. You're supposed to be wise. You're supposed to be under the wisdom. That when you trying to control how folks giving the money and trying to say, God need this kind of money, I need 10,000 people to give me $10,000. Okay. See, to me, that's a scam. To me, you're taking advantage of my belief in God and scamming me. That's how I feel about it. You ain't got to feel the way Tory Lowe feel, but I'm gonna tell you right now, when I give out of free will. A lot of folks give money like that and don't even have it to do. They trying to follow, the orders of what they call a shepherd. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes the shepherd can go astray too. It happens all the time. That's why you got to check that fool. Like, if you're not grateful. All right, let me stop. Some of y'all love y'all pastors, and he robbing you. There's some good pastors out here now. There's some good brothers. Y'all need to find the good brothers. There's some real good brothers out here, and they come through the show. The good brothers I know that's from the clergy, I have them come on the show. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's a lot of people that's using God game to make a fortune. I call it God game because it's all about the Lord. And if the Lord going to do this and the Lord going to do that. Well, it looked like the Lord didn't really, the Lord don't need the money, to tell you the truth. Okay. They saying the Lord need the dollars. Hey. But you do want to just give and try to make sure that the churches have resources for people. Like, that's the whole understanding, to give the resources to the people. Like, create resources that, the church can have for, the service. But sometimes, you got to raise an eyebrow at some of this stuff. And not everybody that's up there on the front ain't doing right. They ain't doing right. And we know this. That's why more than half of these churches out here in the neighborhood be empty. It's empty. And then they still try to use them to stand in front. The politicians try to use the preachers to stand in front. And they ain't got no power. They can't even, they scared the church in the neighborhood, and they scared to walk down. After they get out that church, they head back out to Menominee Falls somewhere. They not in the block. You don't see these people on the block. It's burnt up. We got to regroup, rethink, and reshape right now. We got Lisa on the lines. How you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tory?
Blessings. How you doing, Queen?
Good. What is the most valuable thing to God?
Obedience.
Yourself, you.
Yeah, obedience is better than sacrifice. And your free will to choose.
Yeah, you are the most important thing. Your time. That's all he asks for, a little bit of time. Yourself and a little bit of time.
Had a little talk with Jesus.
He says, bring just the money for the tithes. Bring the money for the widows and the children and things of that sort. Like you said, you give. All these tithes and things, you give freely. If you have to give, you give. People that he be telling, bring 2,000, that's showy. People are like, I got it, Pastor. That's just being showy. What about the one that's sitting next to you that don't have it? What about the one that don't have food in their cupboard? Don't have a place to sleep where it's warm? But you want to be showy and say, I have $2,000 or whatever. And whining, look, you don't need a building where 2 or 3 gather what, Tory? In my name, what?
God is in the midst. God is in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, you gather outside. You don't need a multi-million-dollar building. What are you people thinking and doing? You can sit down and worship at home in your, you can worship in a corner. You can just stop in public and worship. You don't have to be showy. You don't need a multi-million-dollar building. They've been building on this building for how long? 23 years, and you don't have it together yet.
Oh,
What
wow.
do you do with that money?
Look,
What do you do
if
with
you
that
go to
money?
their house, you can see it's looking nice.
If my house ain't looking like your house, then what are you doing? Are you look? It's too many people in these communities that really need the church, and these so-called pastors and y'all leaders that y'all follow and buy robes for and cars for. That money that you putting in is making him look good, but you are making him look good. I fought you. I fought you. So when you need something, you make sure you go to him and you see what will happen. Well, you got to go to the deacon board, or your name ain't on the books or whatever.
You ain't a member.
Come up with. You ain't a member.
I get to hear it all because I be asking, don't you go to a church? Why they ain't helping you? And some of the responses you told me is what they tell me that they was told.
They don't have faith in the church. They don't believe in that man. They done saw that man out there doing something he don't supposed to be doing. Your pastor, he done been doing. Oh, I heard it all too. I heard it all back in the day. Tory, I had a cousin that she was on the streets, and I'll be like, hey, who's the girl? This person, this pastor do. Oh, okay. And I can name some of the biggest churches around here, and some of the pastors have died. So, nah. I stay away. It's water washed out. Well, you have a good day, Tory.
Hey, blessings. Hey, we all got eyes to see. But I'm going to give y'all eyes a rest, give y'all ears a rest. When we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
It's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources, Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
Are you ready to live your most radiant life? Join AARP's Luminous Life, a celebration of wellness, empowerment, and community for African American women ages 45 to 65. Discover expert tips on healthcare, hair care, and wealth building, all in one uplifting experience. Visit aarp.org/Milwaukee to register for the October 25th event in Milwaukee and shine from the inside out. Luminous Life, because every woman deserves to glow. Visit aarp.org/Milwaukee for more information today and to register today. That's aarp.org/Milwaukee.
The WIAA football playoffs is here, and you know what that means. Win or go home. Tune in this Friday night as the 7th-seeded Marquette Hilltoppers begin their quest for a state championship as they travel to take on the 2nd-seeded Sussex Hamilton Chargers. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.G. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Burghardt Sporting Goods.
If you've been injured, let our team help get you back in the game.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Tired of having the wool pulled over your eyes? U.S. Cellular is offering 4 lines for $90 a month with your choice of 4 of the latest phones for free. No trade-in or hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. I want to talk about this because they finally reached an agreement. The Milwaukee Police Union have reached an agreement with the city. I guess they're saying it's a tentative contract agreement announcement made by Mayor Johnson and the union leadership. They would still need approval from the union members and the Common Council. We have a update on this story. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Has been working without a contract for 3 years. The two sides issued a joint statement late this afternoon saying the union and Common Council still need to approve the deal. The statement did not make public the terms of the agreement. We are working the story, contacting sources to get some more information. We'll pass along any updates we get to you here on air and online on the 12 News mobile app.
Salute to WIC. And I'll say this. When you talk about this deal that was going on, we was talking about it was a police shortage. Police wanted that 12%. They even said that the police union president went as far as to say that we needed the National Guard here. But it seems like we got some raids going on around the city. We're going to be talking about that here in a little bit in this hour. But what needs to happen really is we need to really understand what is the real public safety idea in the city. And I'm not talking about something that's a Band-Aid strategy. I'm talking about we had 13 people shot, 6 people killed over the weekend. We need a real plan out here instead of this press conference, making it sound good, making it look good. And this is the problem with the city. This is the problem with the city right now. They know y'all glued to the TV. They know y'all glued to these phones. And y'all ain't going to never see the real action on the block. You never going to see the real turnaround outside the window. And a lot of this is just marketing. They're marketing to you, telling you that it's getting safer. I shared a post on my page where the mayor said that the city is getting safer. This is the narrative that they want you to believe. And it's going against how you feel when you walk out the door. Like, sometimes they can test to see if you a bot. Just like that pastor when he talked to that member. Told that member it wasn't enough. You know, she gave all she had. She didn't even have it to do. But she gave what she could give and got struck down. All I'm saying is the narratives. These people think that they have the power, but really the power is in the people. We allowing this type of behavior to happen. We allowing these people to talk to us and do any kind of way and tax us out. Sometimes I got to sit back and say, this is our fault. I don't blame them. They got a raise. If I could get a raise, I ain't stopping. Y'all must like it. They come out with the whips and chains and you know, and they like, you must like it. You must like the whips and chains. Because you ain't standing up. You keep allowing the same people to keep doing the same thing. Barbara in the chat says, "How about we don't pay tax?" I don't know. If that happens, we all got to do it together. Because if it's only a few people, they gonna toss you in the trash. Now if everybody do it at once, then that's a whole different situation. But if it's just y'all and you trying to make a stand and you ain't got everybody with you, it better be at least 30,000 y'all. 30, 40,000 people all doing it at one time. So you can hide within the crowd. Because if it's just you, you're going to end up like Wesley Snipes. I'm trying to tell you. You're going to wind up in a court proceeding. Understand what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, because I recently read an article that made my stomach turn, and I was going to talk about this in the third hour, but I might as well talk about it right now. They got it in the budget where they got to write so many parking tickets on the people. After they went up 2%, after we did the referendum, got taxed, they got a wheel tax, and now they got it on the agenda. What 500-some thousand people they got to write tickets for. So that's everybody in the city of Milwaukee. If you look at the population sign, it ain't even at 600,000. I'm talking about the city of Milwaukee. I'm not talking about the surrounding area. I'm talking about the city of Milwaukee. If you look at that population sign, it's not at 600,000. So they got it in the budget to almost tax every resident with a ticket in the budget. Everybody gonna get a ticket. Who we gonna give a ticket to? Everybody. How do you measure out? You want to issue out 500-some thousand tickets, and the population sign, somebody in the chat says 596,000. So if your budget is for over 500,000 people to get tickets in the city of Milwaukee, that's almost a ticket for every resident. That's wild. That's wild. This is what's in the budget. Everywhere you turn, they taking it out on the people. All the mismanagement of the funds that they've been doing, ain't nobody went to jail. The money just missing. Folks resigning. But the people getting taxed to the max. And it's in the budget. Your ticket in there, just like the shot. Just like with the COVID shot, you would go to the doctor and they say that your shot, your shot in here, do you want your shot? You got a ticket waiting on you. That's what, basically, you got a ticket somewhere waiting on with your name on it. You gonna get a ticket. It ain't even 600,000 people on the population sign, and they got over 500,000 tickets waiting on somebody. Well, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. We're going to open up the lines. Are you waiting on your ticket? Stay locked in right here with Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Bucks basketball is back. A brand new season of big games, electric matchups, and unforgettable moments starts now. There's nothing like Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The energy, the thrills, the slam dunks, and buzzer-beating three-pointers. Don't miss your chance to be part of all the on-the-court, cheering crowd, fear the deer excitement. Get your tickets today at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened, and we know things happen and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight, or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease, and he's on dialysis, and he wants to get on the list, and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a
water.
choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute, even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Bucks secured their first win of the season, a 133-120 dismantling of the Washington Wizards, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo's 37 points. Head coach Doc Rivers was impressed with his MVP's play.
Overall, for the most part, his timing on when to be aggressive, when to be a playmaker was sensational. I thought he picked his spots really well.
And the NBA world was shaken after nearly a year-long gambling investigation led to the arrest of 34 people, including Portland Trailblazer head coach Chauncey Billups.
It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation.
This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Governor Evers is chiming in on the SNAP benefit for the state of Wisconsin, and he's saying that we may run out of money if the government continues to stay shut down. I think we have some audio on Governor Evers chiming in on this situation right here in the state of Wisconsin. Let's listen.
Authoritarianism is here now. Let's ring the alarm bells.
Oregon Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley making his opinion very clear during a marathon speech on the Senate floor, drawing praise from his fellow Democrats and criticism from Republicans. His lengthy address tied up Senate business from Tuesday night into today, laying a vote on a bill to fund and reopen the federal government. But with an end to the shutdown absolutely nowhere in sight, both sides are still pointing fingers.
Democrats have been playing political theater for
Governor
3 weeks with Republicans.
Some shutdown story. Was Governor Evers in there? Did he say something?
Wednesday, Governor Tony Evers stopped in Racine. He spoke with people worried about the impacts of what's going on in Washington.
I'm concerned about his effect on veterans who fought for this country.
Governor Evers says the shutdown is putting thousands in Wisconsin at risk of losing health care coverage through the Affordable Care Act.
Republicans are dead set against putting money into this, into the Affordable Care Act.
He and other leaders also spoke about the possibility of people losing SNAP benefits and food share services next month.
This is a manufactured crisis that they are making that is going to make the lives of people in this community and communities just like ours so much worse.
Now, just for background, Democrats and Republicans are blaming each other for how we got here. The House passed a bill to keep the government open 7 weeks, but...
Here we go. And Donkey Gang, Elephant Gang, and the people fall in the drain in the middle. People going down the drain. The community going down the drain. And this is all about power and ego now. This ain't even about common sense no more. They're going to blame Trump. Trump going to blame the Democrats. Bodied situations. And this is why I try to tell people, like, this is why we got to be about that action and proactive and making sure that we take care of each other. Because at this point, if you ain't Donkey Gang or Elephant Gang, I can always tell when it's one or the other because they be hell-bent on saying whatever the mainstream narrative is. But the people lose in the end no matter what. The people lose in the end. And even if you're not on SNAP benefits, if they do shut down and don't give out the SNAP benefits to those that need it, well, it was a verse in the Bible that said, "Don't make me too poor that I'll steal. Don't make me so rich that I'll forget about you. Don't make me too poor that I'll steal." And so when people are hungry and the stomach rumbling, hey, if it's, it could get, we can all be affected in some type of way. That's why I say you got to be nice to people nowadays because you don't know what they're going through. And if November come and, they don't hit that SNAP benefit, don't hit that EBT card, hey, they're gonna be looking for somebody. Somebody might feel the effects on that. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. You think well, it's gonna affect a certain group of people. No. If you got it and they don't, I ain't saying everybody, but somebody gonna try to come get it. I understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation. It's just the way it is. And we just got to keep our head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel because this is ultimately, they want everybody to have chaos. They want it to be chaotic and unorganized. That way, the two-party system can function while everybody's distracted and fighting each other. The two-party system can continue to do what they want to do. And yeah, y'all say it's two different groups. They say it's one bird and two wings. Look. This is how obvious they telling you that it's the same thing. Look, it's one bird, two wings. What do they say? The left wing and the right wing. They told you. They told you it's the left. They trying to tell you it's the same thing. One is the left wing, what the left is doing, and the other one is the right wing of the bird. But the bird's still flying in the same direction. Okay.
I've never heard that analogy before.
But they told you. It's obvious. You just wasn't listening.
Need to go bird watching.
Right, you need to go bird watching because I'm going to tell you right now, it's about to nosedive. The bird about to nosedive. And the thing is, when we talk about government, things like that, they set it up to where it's a two-party system, and they set it up to where both parties are doing things to distract, the people that are botted out. Well, if you're on the left, you're going so busy arguing with the right, and if you're on the right, you're so busy arguing with the left, and now they can operate and do what they want to do and pass the laws they want to pass. You ain't paid attention to no laws. What laws have been passed in the last 10 years that benefited people? Somebody tell me. All right. I'm interested. If you know one, hit me up, 833-212-1017. Y'all not finna, I'm telling you, y'all bots gonna get exhausted. Y'all gonna blow a fuse.
And it's not just because you're sleeping next to somebody you love.
Yeah, if you sleeping next to somebody you love, I guess it's supposed to recharge the battery. It's supposed to give you the fuel. What's going on with the poll? We got a poll. We got a poll in the chat. If how many of y'all sleeping next to the person you love, are you getting a decent night's sleep? Or do you got a headache? Or do she got a headache? I don't know. It can get tricky. It can get tricky. What's going on with the poll? What are they saying?
73% say yes, they do sleep better next to somebody they love, which means 28% of you,
28%,
saying that they don't sleep better.
28% saying that they don't sleep better next to the person that they love. That was a question of the day. Are you sleeping better when you're around somebody you love? Are you sleeping right now? Did you wake up this morning feeling good, feeling powerful? We got another story that I want to get to before we get out of this hour, and the FBI is raiding folks. The FBI and a group of state and federal agencies have been on a tear. And it's a couple things that I need y'all to understand about this, because this ain't the National Guard. This has nothing to do with the National Guard. This is a crackdown. They said, I guess, 22 raids, I guess, they've been doing. And it's interesting because it was somebody in River West that had something to say about it. But let's listen to what the FBI is doing right now on the crackdowns. Well, on the raids.
Calling it a scene out of a movie. One of the men seen in handcuffs speaking exclusively with 12 News after his release this afternoon.
It's a quiet Wednesday morning at this River West neighborhood at Pearce and Center. That is, until the FBI shows up.
There was a large bang.
Flash grenades, federal agents, and a large armored vehicle swarming around this home just before 7:30 a.m.
There's the bang of the flash grenade, and I look out the window and there's 5 red dots on my face.
That's 35-year-old Ryan Porter, one of the men at the center of this raid, talking one-on-one with 12 News hours after agents hauled him away.
This is the FBI on the search warrant. Thompson.
Walk downstairs and, there's guns everywhere.
You can see him here, hands in the air, later in this video, handcuffed. He says he was driven away to the FBI field office in St. Francis.
I think this is a little excessive, you guys, but I mean, come to find out, they did a bunch of raids this morning because they are trying to knock down this network of narcotic dealers, traffickers, and things like that.
Porter says agents questioned him for nearly 7 hours before letting him go.
They didn't charge you with anything.
No, they told me they didn't have an indictment against me. They were tapping my phone for 6 weeks.
They told you that?
They told me they were tapping my phone and they were surveilling my house on Center Street for like 6 weeks.
Check out this neat pile they left everything in.
Porter showed us this video of the aftermath of his home after he says agents searched for drugs.
Even though I told them the code to my safe, they blasted it open.
When we asked Porter if he's ever sold drugs, he didn't hold back.
So you don't know of any drug selling?
Yeah, I sell weed.
But that's it.
What? Yeah, sell a little cocaine.
But says he isn't who the FBI is really after.
So you're innocent then, basically.
I mean, more or less. Like, I'm small potatoes.
Wow. And he out talking about it at interviewing with the news. He was in a raid. They tore his house up. He admitted to selling coke and weed, and he said he's not the target.
Sounds like he's a target.
All right.
He looked like Shaggy.
It sounds like white privilege to me.
Where's Scooby?
I don't know no brother that would have been in that situation that would have said, he sold coke, a little weed, but he ain't the target. This is definitely America. This is you can see two sides. It's two sides out here. It's River West, and it's the north side of Milwaukee. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a whole different ballgame. The fans kicked in this door, and he on the interview the same thing, and on the same day bragging about selling coke and weed. Wow. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Hey, look, when we come back, we got Al on the lines. We got White Widow on the lines. We got some chat. We got some talk to text. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Panthers basketball is back. On Saturday afternoon, the Panthers host the UW Parkside Rangers.
4 seconds left in the half. KP contested three. Oh, Pullian buried it at the buzzer. 5-on-4. Folks lob it up. Johnny Lovelace Jr. sends it in.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 12:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 o'clock.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
The WIAA football playoffs is here, and you know what that means. Win or go home. Tune in this Friday night as the 7th-seeded Marquette Hilltoppers begin their quest for a state championship as they travel to take on the 2nd-seeded Sussex Hamilton Chargers. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.G. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Burghardt Sporting Goods.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We talking about sleeping better. There's a like a study that said people sleep better when they sleeping next to somebody they love. We got the poll. Most of the people on the poll says yes, they sleep better when they sleep next to somebody they love, and 28%, hey, they may be sleeping with their back turned. They may be sleeping with the back turned to the person. We got Al on the lines. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing fine, and I 100% totally disagree. Why would I want to let somebody block my rewards? Mm-hmm. Maybe a day, but after the second day, you got to go.
Hold on, wait a minute, Al. You said that you what reward? Like to sleep by yourself?
Well, yes, that's the best. You there, you're blocking my rewards. What if I want to bring somebody in? I can't do that with you there. You're blocking my rewards. I think for those people who I feel those people who are maybe codependent or they choose to settle, I'll say Vesta, congratulations, but at this point I don't want that. You're blocking all my blessings. You're blocking my rewards. I can get more if you're gone.
More love.
Why would I want you? Yeah, why would I want you there? You in my space. I need to breathe.
One
I
love,
want to be able to fart and don't
one
have
love
to say,
ain't enough.
Me. No, it's never been enough. And for the people who choose to settle, they really don't get what they want. They're just settling. Life is about choices and great opportunities to be flourished with rewards. You cannot do all that if you choose to settle, and I refuse to settle, so I have to 100% disagree. But for those who do, hey, I offer my condolences.
All right, Al. Hey, he said one ain't enough.
Hey, man. Sometimes when you go fishing, you only can catch one.
What?
You ever go fishing? You catch a lot of fish or one fish?
Right.
I can only catch one fish, so I got to be happy with my one fish.
And it was a small one?
It was a good-looking fish.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll say this. This is the study, and this is what they're saying, and they're saying that it's a positive thing when you sleep next to somebody you love, but Al said he could get more of the positive dopamines and all of that with multiple people. Keep the love flowing like a river.
Something like that.
With many fishes, I guess.
He's got many fishes. Like I said, some of us can only get one, Tory.
White Widow.
Afternoon.
How you doing, White Widow?
How are you?
Fine.
Hey, what I miss, my husband was a big guy, 6'4", 230, and what I miss is he would get out of bed first. Man, I would roll over because he was a hot-blooded man, but that whole spot there was me rolling into a heating pad. You know what I mean? Because he was so big, my little body was. So that was cool. But I want to talk about this idiot that had the raid. No charges. They let him go.
Right.
He admitted to dealing Scheduled A, Scheduled 1 and 2 controlled substance. He said he's a small fish. They kept his phone for 6 weeks. You know what? He just put up on his back because whoever he's been talking to for 6 weeks, getting his dope from, now knows that the guy went public. Number one, he's an idiot. Who talks, whether he was charged or not, who talks to the cops and volunteers that kind of information, much less goes on the media. He put a bullseye on his back. Whoever he's dealing with, number one. Number two, they let him go because the guy is going to give information. I never seen such an idiot like that in all my life, trust me.
Oh, so you're saying he is snitch?
What can I tell you? Yeah, but, can I say one other thing? I'm really upset. Yesterday on the news, it showed that girl with that 11-year-old twins who was working for MPS, illegal for 11 years. We still don't know where dad is. Maybe if he was a citizen, she'd get a green card to get married. I don't care. Now she's in El Salvador, self-deported, okay. Visas take too long. It used to be 4 months. It's 4 years. Girl, you had 11 years, number one. Number two, now that I'm going to sue the United States. Stay in El Salvador. She said, I'm safe now, but I'm going to sue the United States. Really? How about getting a lawyer down at the House of Correction right now? How about getting a lawyer at county jail? 9 months a guy languished there because he couldn't get a public defender. Are you kidding me, lady? Are you kidding me? We have prisoners. Once they enter those blocks, they have no rights. And that's indicative. You heard it on your promo, Tory. I'm in here 23 hours. And this boss in El Salvador thinks she's going to tell us she's going to sue us. And you got the ACLU. Thank God they come in here for their 4-year interview about our cops because they're too busy.
Oh, wow.
Defending illegals running around this country. So, really, I'm so mad about that. That girl, but stay in El Salvador, honey, where you say, at least I can be safe, but I'm suing the United States because, girl, okay, I'll let it go like that. So you take care. I'm going to get down there tomorrow. I got to go to the courthouse, so I'm going to dress around for you and young Z, and we got to initiate poor Andrew there. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, White Widow. All right, let's get G. Let's get G on the line. How you doing, G?
I'm good, Tory. I just wanted to ask you. I just kind of want to make a comment, and I know I kind of know the answer. I know you don't mean that, but. My question, I guess one question, do you get free health care?
Do I get free health care? No, I don't.
Right. A lot of us don't get free health care. And the problem is with this the stuff that's going on in Washington. And I feel the Democrats are holding out. They're trying to fight for like a small person, you know. No, that's not true, Tory. That's not that.
I mean, I'm asking
no. I'm just saying that's not true. I'm telling you, I just answered it. What I'm trying to tell you,
sound like you got a little blood pressure. Sound like you got to carry on the lines with a little high blood pressure. You can talk.
I think you got.
No, you can talk. You can talk. I ain't saying nothing against
yes, sir.
You can talk.
No, but you got high blood pressure.
Here we go.
The thing is, our health care.
It sounds like you came on the lines with a little high blood pressure.
Yeah, because you know the thing is.
No, just talk. We talking.
Okay, let me talk. I'm talking.
No, I can't let you talk. No, you listen to me. Be quiet for a second. Be quiet for a second. Relax and say what you got to say.
Relax, Tory. This is my personality. I'm relaxed.
Okay, well then
you keep stopping me though.
No, because you came on here like you know, like you had a little something behind you.
Because I'm trying to make a point.
Well,
but you won't let me make the point.
It's a lot of people that call in. I let them make a point.
But not, it seems like you interrupted me a lot.
When you come at me, you can't come at me. Say what you got to say.
Don't get all sensitive.
No, I'm not sensitive. Say what you got to say and keep it moving. Don't say nothing to me.
What I'm trying to say is,
say something. What you got to say.
You need to hear this. You need to hear this.
How am I going to hear it when you talking out inside of your face?
I'm talking facts.
No, you're not talking facts. Be quiet when I'm talking, and then I'll let you talk, but you need to say what you got to say. Don't call in and say nothing to me.
Blood pressure.
No, don't say nothing to me. I'm the host of this show, and you need to know how to respect the host of this show and call in and talk and say what you got to say and keep it moving.
The thing is, there's going to be a lot of families affected, okay?
Okay.
With a lot of children, and a lot of families are going to be affected with this. And you call it a game, but it's not a game.
Who said it was a game?
You said donkey game and elephant game. That's not a game.
And elephant gang is the political parties. Clean your earwax out. Go put the peroxide in your ear and listen and understand and have some comprehension. Donkey
it's not
gang,
a game
hold
to
on,
me.
Donkey gang, no, donkey gang, G-A-N-G. So see, first of all, your ears ain't clear. Donkey gang
but I'm a little bit older, so maybe respect that.
Hold on. Donkey gang is the elephant. Donkey gang is the Democrat, and the elephant gang is the Republican.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Fine. I hear you now. Game instead of game. It still sound the same. It still sound the same. But listen, there's a lot of families, children with the health care, with Medicaid, with Medicare are going to be affected by. And I'm not a bot. I think Trump supporters are bots. I'm not a bot.
Well,
I know how to think clearly. No, about witness said that.
You did. You bought it out.
No,
you just became
you bought it out.
You just became
you bought it out.
Okay. Well, all right, bot. All right, bot. See, you can't say nothing. You're not gonna never call in and say nothing to me crazy. Just say what you gotta say. We are here listening. We are here listening. Calm down, elder, older or elder. I don't know if you're elder or older. But you can say whatever you want to say. I'm not even caught up in politics like that. I just watch the game. Now I said game, G-A-M-E. Okay. Maybe you need to get your checkup, get your ears checked up. Let them flash the light in your ear to see if you can see the earwax up in there, because you definitely wasn't listening to what I was saying. But when we come back, we got Edwin on the lines. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Truth Nation, the brand new landmark credit union live music venue in the Deer District opens up next year. And to celebrate, we are giving 3 pairs of tickets to see Mariah the Scientist live on Friday, March 13th. That's right, 3 lucky winners will win 2 tickets to experience one of R&B's brightest stars. Tune in to Truth in the Morning this week so you don't miss your chance to win tickets to see Mariah the Scientist on March 13th at the brand new landmark credit union live music venue.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. With the government shut down into its 23rd day, state officials continue to warn about the possible impact on Wisconsin's food share program. The program is 100% federally funded and provides food assistance to 700,000 Wisconsinites. But Governor Tony Evers says funding will come to a halt in the coming days.
The federal government needs to develop immediate solutions to prevent Wisconsin's kids, families, seniors, veterans, and so many others from losing access to basic necessities like food and groceries.
The program remains fully funded through the end of October. 22 people have been arrested by members of the FBI in a joint operation with law enforcement agencies in southeast Wisconsin. The FBI Milwaukee office says the multi-year investigation targeted street gangs operating Racine and Milwaukee with ties to what agents say is an international cartel. The investigation has led to the seizure of cocaine, fentanyl, marijuana, and methamphetamines. 23 firearms and 3 cars have also been confiscated. All 22 suspects face federal charges. Members of Wisconsin GOP are facing internal struggles after a member resigns from office. Treasurer of the Wisconsin Republican Party, Kelly Rhea, resigned last Sunday, citing dysfunctional leadership within the party. In a letter, Rhea states that the party has lost a sense of strategy, no direct objective, and has multiple budgetary issues. Since 2023, the Wisconsin Republican Party has only been able to raise $40.4 million, while Wisconsin Democrats have been able to raise more than $116 million. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show. Live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. Question of the day: is sleeping with someone you love getting you better rest? According to a study, that sleeping with somebody you love gives you better rest. And we got a poll where over 70% of the people are saying that, yeah, it's true.
It's 69% now.
Oh, is that? Oh, it went down. Wow. Well, that ain't too far of a drop. 69%. It was at 70 at first, 70 something. 69% of the people that took the poll in the chat says they sleep and rest better around the person that they love. We got Edwin on the lines. How you doing, Edwin?
Edwin, why are you calling me Edwin, Tory?
And I'm gonna tell you this. You told the producer your name was Edwin.
Did I?
And I double checked, and I knew it was you.
Yeah.
And I said, "Are you sure?"
Okay.
And I said, "Only person that would call in and say that it was Edwin is Eddie."
I know that ain't who I think.
Oh, it's just a fluke. That's all it is. It's a one-off, Tory. I didn't mean anything by it.
Here we go.
Okay,
Eddie,
I didn't mean anything
look,
by
Eddie,
it.
I know you've been dating girls. I know you had. Oh, well, I may have to check nowadays. I don't know. But what I'm saying,
I don't like the term girl.
Okay.
You know that.
Okay.
Broad.
I know you've been dating women, and you say you are this guy that have dated a lot of women. But have you gotten a great night's rest from the person you love?
Yes. There's been okay. I'm going to talk about one girl specifically, okay? We used to live together, and I liked sleeping with her, and I told her she was begging me to marry her, and of course, I didn't want to be married and, be committed and responsible and structured, and most of all, have to make love to one woman for the rest of my life.
Oh, wow.
But
well, you ain't got a girlfriend now, so...
That's by choice.
Okay.
What is it with 101.7?
No, I'm just talking.
By choice. Sorry.
I don't know.
Hard during the day.
Here we go.
I work hard during the day. Why would I want to come home? People always go, when you're in a relationship, it's like work. You have to work at your relationship. I don't want to work. I'm going to lay on the couch.
Don't you want to sleep?
I want to yell for my Diet Coke.
And rest easy? Don't you want to have that sense of joy and sleep? By sleeping
I understand
next to the
what
one
you're
you
saying.
love?
Right, but here's where the problem is. Sometimes that feeling goes away. If you get used to that person or get complacent, so I told this chick, if I marry you, we need to have separate bedrooms and you have to sleep together on the weekends. And she said, I'm not going to do that. If I'm married, I want to sleep next to my husband. I said, we're going to get used to each other. We're going to be, you know what I mean? We'll get too familiar with each other. And familiarity breeds boredom, and boredom breeds contempt, and all of a sudden somebody's cheating, and it's not going to be her, Tory.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be me. Tory, I want to comment on something that Al said. I think, we all know that Al doesn't have the option to be kicking people out of bed at will.
Oh, wow.
Okay? I just want him to know.
Damn.
Because I saw him at one of the 101.7 gatherings. I saw Al. And he ain't looking back. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Here we go.
Tory.
Here we go.
All right, go ahead. What were we going to say? What were we going to say, Tory?
Here we go, Eddie.
Tory?
All I'm saying is you have been around and you have admitted to sleeping next to somebody you love and having a great night's sleep.
Sure.
So it works.
Sure. It does work, but here's the problem. When it stops working, now you love this person, but you don't want to be around them. And there's been plenty of times when she got up to go to work, and I just grabbed the pillow and the quilt, and I'm glad she's out of there. So that's the thing. This is a balancing act. You want to be next to that person, but you don't want it to get to the point where you take it for granted or you become – too used to the person. Too familiar with the person.
So you're agreeing with Al. Al said you got to get out.
No, I'm not agreeing with that. I'm altering what Al said.
Oh, here we go.
I'm saying it's all possible. You've got to pace yourself. You can't sleep with the person every night. Otherwise, it's no big deal to be around that person. Maybe weekends, holidays like Columbus Day, like special days, Tory, special days.
Here we go.
Maybe 80 days a year as opposed to 365. You got to make it. You got to make it special. Otherwise, what's the point, Tory? Just like I said, if all the black women calling into 101.7 are queens, what's the point of being royalty? Tory, on that note, I got to go. I'm pulling up to my house right now. I'm going to take a nap. I worked hard all day. Bye, Tory. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Slow down on sniffing the paint. All right, well, I wanted to get into this story before it get too late in the show. A mother of 6 was found, of the mother where the 6 kids were found in the locker storage. She pled not guilty. This is a story that I wanted to talk about because we're doing a follow-up. I guess The mother has now pled not guilty. It goes on to say a Milwaukee mother charged with child neglect after police found 6 children locked inside a storage unit pled not guilty on Wednesday, October 22nd. That was yesterday. Records show a motion to dismiss was denied, and the 27-year-old mother was bound over for trial. We're going to keep everybody up to date on that. This is something that we talked about extensively on the Tory Lowe show. And, at first when we heard the story, we tried to, try to figure it out, tried to get more details, found out that it was neglect. This was something that had neglect in it. And it was sad because the charges are coming after children ages of 2 months, 2 years, 3 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old, and 9-year-old were found inside a locked storage unit near 27th and Silver Spring back in September. And once we started hearing the details, I had a lot of people scratching their heads on this. Once again, the mother has pled not guilty, and she was definitely held over for bond after they brought up a motion to dismiss, and it was denied. Once again, sad situation overall, sad thing that happened in our community. And once again, we got to try to keep our minds and our hearts and our thoughts with our young people, because there's so much going on in the city with the young people. When I see situations like this, I just shake my head. It just has me shaking my head. Could they have had family members help out? According to the story, the male involved said that there were family members that would have helped out, but unfortunately, that wasn't. They didn't take advantage of those family members, and now the adults in this situation are going through the court situation with neglect. I'll keep everybody up to date on this situation, but as we move on, I want to talk about this. ICE arrests a cop. ICE arrested a cop. And now, when I saw this story, how did a person that was illegal become a cop? I mean, with no documentation. And I remember last year when we were talking about in Illinois that they were passing laws to allow undocumented people to become police officers and obtain a gun. And I think we called in and we had a great conversation about that. But I guess now one of those cops that became a cop that was illegal have been arrested. We got video on this if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Village says that they went through all the proper channels when hiring the officer at the beginning of the year, adding that they were given the green light by the federal government. Well, now the Department of Homeland Security is accusing the man of overstaying his tourist visa, which expired 10 years ago. On Thursday, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement announced the arrest of Radule Bajovic, who they say is an immigrant from Montenegro and working as a sworn police officer with the Hanover Park Police Department. According to the Department of Homeland Security, the officer is accused of being in the country illegally after his tourist visa expired in 2015. According to state records, Bajovic has been with the police department since January and was certified by the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board in August. Bajovic was encountered during a targeted enforcement action as part of Operation Midway Blitz. Back in February, Border Czar Tom Homan weighed in on arrests we'd see of non-criminals.
I've already seen the stories. Non-criminals are being arrested at a higher rate, and they're going to keep being arrested at a higher rate because we can't arrest that bad guy in the jail. We got to go to the community. When we go in the community, we're going to find the bad guy. When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that aren't a criminal priority, but they're going to get arrested too.
In a statement, Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said, Radule Bajovic violated our nation's laws and was living illegally in the United States for 10 years. What kind of police department gives criminal illegal aliens badges and guns? It's a felony for aliens to even possess a firearm, a so-called law enforcement officer who's actively breaking the law. In August, he graduated from the Suburban Law Enforcement Academy, according to a Facebook post by the police department. In a statement, the village said, The officer was hired in January of 2025 with full compliance with federal and state law. Before hiring Officer Bajovic, the village confirmed that he was legally authorized by the federal government to work in the United States. They went on to say that at the time of his hire, he presented the village with a work authorization card, which was valid and recently renewed by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. According to an Illinois Public Act, people who are not U.S. citizens but are legally authorized to work in the United States under federal law can apply to the position of police officer. Applicants are subject to all requirements, including background checks and limitations to which other applicants are subject.
Oh, wow. Well, here we go. The ICE tour continues. That's what it is. It just, hey, this is what they voted for. This is what a lot of people wanted. They won for open borders, and this is what some of the outcome is. Wasn't it the Iowa superintendent that was detained by ICE? He was here his visa ran out, and he was working a good job in Iowa as the principal. No, not a principal, but a superintendent. And then when they came after him, he had turned back into the monster and had the knife and everything with $3,000 trying to get away from the ICE. I mean, a lot of these people came in this country and got advantages without no I don't know. I think they had visas. I think this officer had a visa and it expired. And I think the other guy came into the country through like a college thing, but then he lied about his education. But he got a good job. I got something I want to say about that, but I'm going to save it for another day. The only reason I'm going to save it for another day because we're going to go down this whole rabbit hole. Because these people came into this country and they I don't know if the police officer falsified his documents, but I know that the superintendent of the Iowa school district falsified all of his documents. Nobody did a background check or nobody tried to, stop him before he got to the height of a school district. I think they should make a movie about that because it's brothers that's living right here in the United States that can't even get in these positions. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have more discussion, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. To learn more about how you can take your first steps in buying your forever home, visit associatedbank.com/lending. That's associatedbank.com/lending. Or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. The 24th annual A Novel event is coming. Sharp Literacy's yearly fundraiser will happen on October 28th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center. Green Bay Packers all-time leading receiver and Super Bowl champion Donald Driver will be the featured guest and keynote speaker. Funds raised at A Novel event will support the delivery of Sharp's STEAM-based education program to thousands of K-3 through 5th grade students and educators across Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Truth Nation, you have to be there on Saturday, November 1st at Destiny Youth Plaza near North 76 and West Good Hope Road. Join Mayor Cavalier Johnson for the Milwaukee Fatherhood Summit happening from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's the one-stop shop resource fair connecting families with job opportunities, child support assistance, health education, vaccinations, and screenings, financial empowerment and credit repair support, legal assistance, all in one place. You can't beat that. Bring your teams to explore internships, job readiness, and mentoring opportunities that build their future. Register early. Don't wait. Everyone is welcome. Visit Milwaukee.gov milwaukee.gov/fatherhood to sign up as a participant, a vendor, or volunteer. That is milwaukee.gov/fatherhood. For more information, call 414-286-0222. That is the Milwaukee Fatherhood Summit on Saturday, November 1st from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Destiny Youth Plaza near North 76 and West Good Hope Road.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. There was a lockdown at MATC, Milwaukee Area Technical College downtown campus went on lockdown. Shortly before 2 p.m., staff and students received an alert warning to lock all doors and windows, but then around 3 p.m., MATC reported the lockdown was lifted and all clear was given. I saw somebody tag me on Facebook. I wanted to talk about it when I first got tagged, but I wanted to wait to make sure because there was somebody that was tagged me, one of my Facebook friends, and I saw this around, I think when I brought this up around 2:30 or so, and I guess there was a serious situation going on, but now that they have lifted it, but I wanted to read some of the posts because I didn't read it on the air because I wanted to make sure that we had further details. Sometimes you got to wait to see what's going on. But Keisha, that one girl poll on Facebook, she had made a post 51 minutes ago. God, please, we in lockdown at MATC. She goes on to say, we are barricaded in a dark room. No other information is being given to us. We need y'all to tell us what's going on out there. She goes on to say she was in the H building. There are sheriffs everywhere. So she's just going play by play of what she's actually going through inside MATC, reaching out to the public to get information, saying she was barricaded in a room. This was, thank God that it wasn't nothing that was super serious. And then now they're saying that has been lifted. The lockdown was lifted. So once again, MATC was locked down for a short while. And now I'm sure y'all will see it on the news or more details, or maybe they'll get some interviews from some of the students. But she had to go to Facebook to try to figure out what was going on. But once again, breaking news, I guess MATC was on lockdown and they lifted the lockdown. And I don't know, I don't even know the exact reason why they locked it. Maybe it was a threat.
Developing story, Tory.
Developing story. All right, well, we have another story about two parents that are being charged with neglect. This was a story that just kind of, we talked about what was going on with these young kids, and we talked about the paraprofessionals, two paraprofessionals out of NPS that were, harming the children, and we talked about people letting their kids stay with other people thinking that they were safe, and it ultimately wasn't. But here we go. That's why I say you got to look at everything in a circle. This is why I say it's not just one thing happening. There's multiple ideas going on. So a lot of times people want to get stuck on a singular idea, and many times it's something that's going on in school, it's something going on at the daycare, and it's also many times something going on at home. And here is a group of parents, two parents that got me shaking my head right now. We got a story about two parents that have been charged with neglect due to the death of a West Allenz boy. We got video if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
As you can see, there's a growing memorial here at an apartment on South 92nd Street in West Allenz, all to honor the life of 4-year-old Dante Campbell. Investigators believe he died at the hands of his parents. 21-year-old Davario Cruz and 31-year-old Charlotte Couric from West Allis were charged Wednesday afternoon with multiple felonies. According to this criminal complaint, the 4-year-old was found unresponsive and covered in horrific bruises on Saturday. The charging document states that Couric and Cruz were on the way to the hospital when a dispatcher requested she stop at a nearby business so first responders could meet them. A responding officer said this was the most extensive and severe injuries that I have witnessed on a child. Details in the document outline an alleged long pattern of severe abuse from Cruz, including making the children stand on Legos, allegedly hitting the children with wood, as well as striking the 4-year-old with a chair. Investigators say Cruz admitted to hitting the child the day before he was found unresponsive. Cruz is facing multiple felonies, including physical abuse of a child causing death, first-degree reckless homicide, chronic neglect resulting in death, physical abuse causing bodily harm to another child, chronic neglect of that child, and possession with intent to deliver marijuana. The child's mother, Couric, is facing 2 counts of chronic neglect of a child with 1 consequence of death. The criminal complaint reveals that there were multiple reports to Child Protective Services and an open case. CPS could not confirm or deny any reports of alleged abuse. However, public records do show the state is now investigating how CPS handled Dante's case.
Oh, wow. And there were multiple, once again, in this situation, multiple reports of saying, hey, look, there's something going on here, and now we're looking at the outcome, and this is something that when we talk about the conditions and the mind frame, everybody shouldn't have children. So a lot of people, they having babies because they messing around with the reproductive system, but it's some people, hey, it would have been better if they would have just allowed somebody who wanted a child to have this baby. Because at the end of the day, it's so many different scenarios in the last month or two when it comes to these kids. And I'm talking about on all sides. It's a lot of different moving parts when we talk about child neglect. I'm talking about real child neglect that's going on. And where we got to understand is that we got to make sure we keep our head on a swivel, even for some of these parents. We talk about people that are trying to be, they got the kids, but I don't know if they are parents. Understand what I'm saying? Especially, look what happened with the storage unit. I mean, now you got this situation where this child lost his life in West Allis. Y'all was talking about, the storage unit with the people on the north side, but this is out in West Allis. It's happening everywhere. See, this is why I tell people, don't try to isolate your problem to one space. This is how I know you're a bot, because you're tunneled into a narrative, and when you gotta kind of take a couple steps back and kind of see the whole picture. You gotta see everything that's moving, and then understand how to, where do you fit in? What can you do to try to do something about it? It's a lot going on. I think Eddie and Al in the chat going back and forth. Al kind of made a statement about sleeping with somebody you love, and Eddie kind of came in and kind of almost said the same thing. But he said something about what Al said about, I need more room for other people to, to continue the process. If y'all in the chat, y'all see what I'm talking about.
That's one of those things, Tory, where they both agree, but they're using different words, so they think they're disagreeing.
I think that Eddie kind of said the same thing that Al
just want to take a shot at Al.
Yeah, he just tried to take a shot at Al. Poor Eddie, And like I said, God bless them both. But when we talk about a lot of the things that we're experiencing right now, I want to let everybody know. This is why I always tell people to keep their head on a swivel. You got to make sure that you're understanding and have your awareness high. High awareness is always good. And many times you're looking at what you're trying to do, but if you got kids in the neighborhood, if you got families in the neighborhood, make sure that you just kind of keeping the awareness up just in case you may have to swoop in and save a life. Some of these parents are recklessly handling the children too. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have Liz Brown, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
Tip-off week is more than just the start of Bucks basketball. It's the start of a new season of memories. The raucous crowd, the thrill of every bucket, and the spectacular moments you'll talk about all year long. Whether you come with family, friends, or coworkers, we're all in for cheering Fear the Deer. Nothing compares to the energy of Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action from the very beginning. Get your tickets now at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
Ready to hit the road in your new car? At Brewery Credit Union, we make it easy with affordable payment options on auto loans designed to fit your budget. Whether it's a brand new ride or the perfect used vehicle, we'll help you get behind the wheel faster. With flexible terms, quick approvals, and personalized service you can trust. Don't wait. Start your journey today. Apply online at brewerycu.com or visit us at Brewery Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
So you telling me that you can make lobster tail and crab legs? They will still taste like a lobster tail and crab legs, but they vegan?
Let me tell you, and my customers can testify to this. I can make vegan chitlins.
Now, come on.
God,
I don't know what chitlins taste like because it's been about 40 years since I had them.
I love them.
But you can do that.
My best customers for my vegan chitlins are those people who still eat meat.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth. Come in with straight truth.
Even the police department arguing over their little 12% that they want, and it's a shortage. Okay, I think at some point the people got to start using common sense. It ain't nothing personal. It's something that's community. That's it. And a lot of people try to deflect and make it personal. That's how you know they ain't doing nothing, because they try to make it personal. But really, it's about the conditions of the neighborhood, the conditions of the residents, the safety quality, the public safety ideas. Are we getting that? Are we using the taxpayers' dollars the best way we can to make a difference, to become a resource for everybody in the family to thrive? Is that happening? Yes or no? And if it's not, then you switch the coach. You get a different philosophy on the people. That's it. When times are tough, you need people to roll up their sleeves and get to work. When everything is working well, you sit back and you let it coast. You can't coast and things are bad.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app. Milwaukee Black Talk.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. One of the most lasting images of former NBA superstar Shaquille O'Neal's playing days is him tearing down basketball rims while dunking like they were made of paper. But today, Shaq wants to build, and he's got a new partnership to do it with.
There's a tremendous need in the U.S. for better infrastructure. You know, you see it in your roads, you see it in your airports, your train stations, and I want to help make that change. And, you know, Jack Mel is the partner that can help me do that.
That's Shaq speaking to Bloomberg about why he joined forces with Jack Mel Infrastructure. That's an investment firm that focuses on big construction and utility projects across the country. Shaq joined the company as a founding partner and says he's looking forward to winning big in the infrastructure space.
Every time I win a championship, it's because I have great teammates. You know, one with Kobe, I'm winning in the broadcast with Charles Barkley. So I want to also win a championship in the infrastructure space.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Bucks secured their first win of the season, a 133-120 dismantling of the Washington Wizards, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo's 37 points. Head coach Doc Rivers was impressed with his MVP's play.
Overall, for the most part, his timing on when to be aggressive, when to be a playmaker was sensational. I thought he picked his spots really well.
And the NBA world was shaken after nearly a year-long gambling investigation led to the arrest of 34 people, including Portland Trailblazer head coach Chauncey Billups.
It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation.
This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth is the proud home of Marquette University High School football. Friday night, Marquette High Hilltoppers start their road back to the state championship with a first-round matchup against Sussex Hamilton Chargers. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Friday Night Football on The Truth is presented by Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. Joining me on the V-Mix, if you're watching this, we broadcast live, advocate, author, Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Elizabeth?
Salute, King. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Now, I want to talk about this streetcar because I know we've been watching this situation. The Milwaukee streetcar is up for debate. If Mayor Cavalier Johnson get his way, you will have to pay more to register your car in Milwaukee next year.
It's already happening.
There's an alderman that's stepping forward and saying he wants to kill the Hop streetcar instead of charging the wheel tax. He wants to kill the Hop, the streetcar instead. They're saying that another year, another $4 million operating deficit is projected for the Hop.
I'm with the uncommon council member. Okay, kill it. Okay. Again, it goes in a circle. How many accidents have it been in? How many times? Again, it's about to get cold. It jumped the track. I mean, it's just as big as bigger joke than the Mario brother car that
the Mario Kart
Cavalier. What you talk
for the reckless drive?
Again, a waste of money. Again, it goes with this leadership. They know how to waste money. They know how to waste people time. Again, when we think about those dollars, and I mean, technically, what does the Hop do? We talk about it, but not even a lot of people even have seen it or been on it. Of course, we've been on it because it's been a joke since they put it together. It's like the little train that go around your Christmas tree every year if you celebrate that. But I mean, it's an absolute joke. It's a disaster. It's been a disaster. We've been in a deficit for all other reasons. My thing is, since we're making life decisions at the gas pump, the city should be held accountable for that has nothing to do with the dollars that we have, because we know it don't make no sense to even have it. What's its purpose?
Wow. I think
because the people that's paying for it ain't never been on it.
I think when you get
we can't even afford to come downtown.
I got on the Hop. I got on the Hop, and it didn't let me off nowhere that I wanted to go. Yeah. It just lets you off in the middle of nowhere. You just gotta walk.
That part. Okay.
I mean,
think about all the money that it took. At least you would think that would have been a part of the plan. But again, it just shows the incompetence of these individuals. And this shouldn't even be a conversation. When we can't afford something, it gets cut off. Okay. We can't afford the cable. We no longer have cable. We have to find other means to do certain things. So I think with this, again, clearly we can't afford it. We're in the red. We're in the negative. Trash it. And save that money. Fix the streets. How about that?
Wow. Well, I'll say this. I tried to stop it from even happening. I did a petition, and I went around to everybody trying to. I think we was like a couple thousand short before they even put it together. But now, hindsight, all these years, now $4 million deficit. Hey, why not kill the hop?
I mean, they didn't kill everything else.
People?
They didn't kill.
Why put a $10 wheel tax on the people when you can get rid of this $4 million deficit?
What's crazy to me, how it always wind up on our plate. Everybody done received the raise except for the people, okay? They finding every which way to tax us. So downtown, the parking meters now, instead of you being able to park at 6 for free, now it's going to go all, like, I mean, at the end of the day, when the people get tired, again, everybody talking about everything else, this is above and beyond egregious, that we still even have to have this conversation, that the hop still exists. Okay, the hop should have been trashed, but again, we know that Cavalier, what you talking about, Willis Johnson, is the golden child of Tom Barrett, and of course he's going to try to hold on to whatever his mentor put together. But again, at some point we have to make it make sense. And especially if we don't have the money to live like the Joneses, why the hell are we still trying to live like the Joneses? We can't afford it. It's clear.
It just seems to me the only way to get where Cavalier Johnson is going is to tax the people. They get the raise, and we hold in the bag with taxes here and there. All of this adds up in our lifestyle. All of this, the wheel tax, if they put a $10 wheel tax now when we go try to get a car, the 2% tax raise now when we go get some food or furniture or items in the city, we got to pay 2%. It's like everywhere you look, the referendum, all sides.
NPS.
Right.
I mean, on top of the fact that even with our home insurance, your car insurance, we're already being taxed. Extreme, because we live in the city of Milwaukee, okay? We were already being taxed even before him and David Crowley went and decided to take our civic engagement off the table on what they would do with our taxes. We were being taxed. We're taxed to the max. Again, taxation without representation at the highest level, and then we still don't have a say about what you do with this the conversation shouldn't even have to take place, Tory. We don't have the money. Trash it.
Kill the hop.
And while you at it, hey, take the mayor with the hop. Okay, trash him too.
Well, I had a question the other day. They say people sleep better when they sleeping with the people that they love. They wake up feeling more refreshed.
I agree. Absolutely.
What, we had 68% in the poll? You always talk about the love vibration.
Absolutely.
I guess this is a confirmation that if you sleeping with the love vibration, you get a good night's sleep.
You do. Not only that, your immune system gets rest. Again, we know that, especially in the Black community, that we're running around with PTSD already. And the reality is, if the pandemic didn't show us nothing else, is that we need people. We need to be surrounded by people. It's meant for us to be touched, to be loved, to be, cuddled, to be cared for. It's automatic. So anytime you hear, individuals who agree that, more is better than less, know that it's a part of the agenda. There have to be some type of obedience. You have to have some type of integrity. You have to have some type of substance. Because at the end of the day, one thing for sure and two for certain, the things that everybody always talking about, the millionaires and the billionaires, every millionaire, if you look them up, they had a significant other. Right. You will never become your greatest self without one. So with that being said, absolutely, I agree. When the love, when you, there's nothing like giving love, but the greatest thing is being loved. So absolutely, I agree.
Now, we didn't talk about the hop. We talked about the hop. Now, the Wisconsin congressman who has been calling for the federal intervention into the Milwaukee County transit system, how they do the fares, they're saying that they want to do something to cut some bus lines, and they're saying there's a big conversation going on with the fare system, that a lot of people was hopping on the bus without paying.
Tory, again, when as much as we're paying, the city bus should be free. Okay. As much as we're paying, again, these conversations again are all swirling, but the main idea is we're paying more as a people and we're getting less. Something got to give.
They trying to pass the No Free Rides Act.
Hey, do that include all of the so-called elected officials? Because they getting a free ride. They the only people I know getting a free ride.
Oh, wow. U.S. Rep Brian Stale. He's a Republican, represents Wisconsin's 1st Congressional District. He introduced the act, the No Free Rides Act. Here we go.
He probably on a free ride. Like, I mean, again, all of these people who doing all of this talking, okay? Because again, when we start to look at these politicians and what they supposed to make a year, and they wind up being in the millionaire club.
Wow.
That sounds like a free ride to me.
A free ride and a free lunch.
That part.
Well, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation. Stay like that right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, the brand new Landmark Credit Union live music venue in the Deer District opens up next year. And to celebrate, we are giving 3 pairs of tickets to see Mariah the Scientist live on Friday, March 13th. That's right, 3 lucky winners will win 2 tickets to experience one of R&B's brightest stars. Tune in to Truth in the Morning this week so you don't miss your chance to win tickets to see Mariah the Scientist on March 13th at the brand new Landmark Credit Union live music venue.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella Windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
Fall
all in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, another powerful conversation today.
Absolutely. Every day it's a powerful conversation. But that being able to sleep next to the one you love is definitely where it's at. And it's about to get cold too, so yeah.
Cuddle season.
Absolutely.
Also, there was a story that we talked about the storage unit, the kids, the 6 kids found in the storage unit. The mother pled not guilty.
Again, she deserve her day in court to prove what it is. Because again, we know that we quick to judge in our community. So I say, that's her right to do so.
Let her play it out.
Absolutely, it's that she has a right to stand on what it is that she believes is neglect, and the system have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that it was.
Also, we got a situation with Diddy, and they're saying Trump may, issue a pardon. They have denied that. TMZ let the story out. The White House have denied those stories, calling it fake news. But do you think that Diddy should deserve a pardon? Do you think Diddy deserve a pardon?
I mean, Biden gave out blanket pardons. Is it about really do we deserve it or not? I mean, at the end of the day, if he got a plug, then
hit up the plug.
Please. Everybody else do. We talking about America. I mean, look how many people who received the pardon. Hey, you got friends in high places, utilize it.
It sounds slick. If you can get to them, ain't no telling what you got to do for the favor.
Hey, again, well, we already know what Diddy gonna do.
Take that.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You sign up, you get what you signed up for.
Also, the pastor. We talked about the pastor and the member that was trying to get him money, and it wasn't enough. She wasn't following the instructions. The pastor said $2,000.
Can we
she
say
came
pimping?
in line and she didn't have the $2,000. She was in the wrong line. She was. They said the $2,000 line. And she wasn't in the line. She wasn't in the right line
with her child at that. We just have allowed these people to just get away with too much. Again, like you stated earlier on, it's our fault. But the monsters we created, we can destroy. Again, pimping at its best. Like the one queen called in and stated, like, you collecting money at a time when we know people are struggling. When we look at these churches and the communities they in, the community don't reflect the church. Why the hell should the church be nice and the community you living in ain't? If every church did their job on in the blocks, and in the neighborhoods that they live in, we wouldn't have. Me and you wouldn't exist.
Serving the people.
Come on. They serving them all right, like P. Diddy.
Oh, wow.
It ain't what they want, I mean.
Oh, wow.
At the end of the day, we have to make sure we stop looking outside ourselves and looking to somebody else. You don't need to go to a church to get close to God. The God you need to get close to is the one that's inside of you, because you are of him. The reality is, anytime you have individuals, again, that will give you those type of directions to talk about build a church. That's just like the church that you helped build.
Right.
Where the people at? Again, every time we throw money at something,
when I was a
we
youngin',
wind up.
That's why I
We
tell
don't have
people I
nothing to
went
show
through all
for
of
it.
that when I was 15, 16, 17, 18. I was a part of a church that I tell people all the time, like, now when I reflect and look back, I mean, a lot of that behavior, a lot of the behavior that I seen is blind, cultish behavior many times.
Absolutely.
You got to wake up a little bit and try to make sure you keep everything in order. I mean, it's all good if the pastor is doing what he's supposed to do. But like I said, if you see a pastor out of line, you got to check that fool.
Check that fool. These fools with a plural. Right. Because again, we learned that, church is like pimping legally, At the end of the day, we have to stop falling for things outside of ourselves. These individuals that we have, again, people will call it church hurt, but the church have violated a lot of people in reality. In totality, I know several, but the reality of it is, we done seen pastor after pastor who have violated and been recorded and then try to double back. They've been jumping off sides for a long time. And the sad reality is at some point, if you don't see the fruits of the labor, what are you doing? At some point, you have to stop and ask yourself, if you go into a nice church, but the neighborhood you live in is bad, your house is falling apart, the church never came over with the congregation and tried to help you clean out your gutters, the church ain't helping the people get their grass cut, again, like the Queen stated when she called in. If you're not even a member of the church, but you've been going there for the last 3 years and you've been putting in a collection plate and you say that your car broke down, they tell you ain't a member. You got to fill out all of this paperwork. You got to go jump through all of these loops. Matter of fact, I even know for my grandmother in itself, went to a church for about 20 years, Tory, and when it was time to bury her, they wanted us to pay for them to have her service at that church. Wow. Okay? So when I tell you that the game is being played on the people, and when the people get tired, my father used to always say, when you tired, a person can't give you what you ain't open to receive. When we stop receiving it and stop believing that this is the person who is holding your key to God, you realize that the whole time you've been given mental illness. Everything they told you was a lie.
That's probably going on right now because a lot of these churches is empty. I try to tell people, 2025, I remember tradition where you had to go to church at least on Easter and Christmas.
Absolutely.
Like you had to go. It wasn't even a choice.
Absolutely.
Now,
absolutely.
It ain't going on like that. A lot of these kids ain't really being acclimated to that style of going to church like it used to be because of a lot of things that people start waking up and they not trying to send their kids through that, and at maybe a cost of them not having a certain moral base that comes with being at a good church. You know what I mean? That good moral base. Many times when you talk about these churches, a lot of people got negative stories, and a lot of people say they'll try to disregard the negative story and say, "No, you hurt." You can't. No, you gotta acknowledge the fact that they went.
You
through
damn
something
right. I'm hurt.
That was tragic.
And was hurt by the church.
Right.
Hey, at the same time, I stated it when Mad Dog Morales was the chief here. These are the church supposed to be a. This is where they allow the lying politicians to come in and parade around to get people votes. Okay. These are the same churches that little kids was being touched in, where women was being violated in, Not all churches, but again, a hit dog gonna holler. And at the end of the day, your judgment is upon you. So, with that being said, King, salute.
Hey, look, Elizabeth Brown, I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual. And we got a lot of work to do.
Hey, as always, King, it's an honor. Salute.
All right. I see y'all in the chat. I see everybody in the chat. Salute everybody. Another powerful chat. Join the chat every time we come on live. The chat is always powerful. And salute to everybody out there in Radio Land that tuned into the show. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the street. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on